Okay, so we have prepared some bamboo cylinders for the bears. So usually what we'll do is that we will stuff their favorite fruits or food inside the cylinders and then cover it with grass, and then we will bury it inside the exhibit with on top of the sand and all that. So once the bears are out, what they will do is that they use their sense of smell to kind of find out where the enrichments are buried, and then you can see actually them using their long claws and then digging out the enrichment. All your hard work, even though it's like gone within like 5 seconds, they actually know that, okay, they actually play with it and not just ignore it, which is kind of nice. My name is Rajesh. I've been working here as a keeper for the past 2 years. So that's my role here in the night safari. Alika! So there are various animals that I look after. The Asian lions, and then the striped hyenas, the sloth bears, and the Aardvark. And together with the owls, the northern white-faced owls. I started off as like a part-time gig here at the Singapore Zoo. So I worked with the white tigers, the African lions, and even the polar bear as well. When Inuka passed away, I was very sad. I would say he was also one of the main points of driving me towards this career path. A typical day in a life, it would depend on what shift we are working for the day. So our day could either start at 9 AM or even 3 PM in the afternoon. So when I come in the morning at 9 AM, the first thing that we usually do is check our animals. So to make sure they are healthy and alright. The hyenas, they are solitary creatures. So we do have 3 males and they're all housed separately. Our lions, they are housed in a pride. So we have a total of 6 females. Sometimes they do get scuffles here and there. Some of them like to just disturb one another and then one will get annoyed. So usually for the lions, we do look out for is any like scratches or anything like that. So when that is over, that's when we do our husbandry maintenance of the exhibits or animals or even the back of house, like their dens and yards. Throughout the day, we do prepare their food and enrichments as well. There are like different categories of the types of enrichments that we give our animals. So for today, it's more food-centered. Like for the bears, they are known to be very good climbers. So to be able to kind of like stimulate those like climbing activities, that's when we'll give them like an enrichment that's placed high up. So it really depends on each species, like what's the thing that they do in the wild. Like for the lions, we can't be doing something that's very high up because they are not known to climb trees very high. Majority of the enrichment devices are built by us keepers. So this is Gunin. He's also a carnivore keeper as well, who is like my colleague in the team. Okay, so we have prepared some bamboo cylinders for the bears. So usually what we'll do is that we will stuff their favorite fruits or food inside the cylinders. So all these bamboos are actually grown in the park in itself. Whenever our horti team are doing some maintenance work, they will usually ask us if we want these bamboos or not. So out of this, we can make a lot of enrichments. So like today, like bamboo cylinders. Sometimes for our other animals, we do like wind chimes. So it's actually quite a versatile plant. These are some of the bears' favorite food. We are going to put some of them inside the bamboo cylinder and then cover it with grass, and then we will bury it inside the exhibit with on top of the sand and all that. So once the bears are out, what they will do is that they use their sense of smell to kind of find out where the enrichments are buried, and then you can see actually them using their long claws and then digging out the enrichment. Whenever I've made any enrichment, that I'll be like, okay, maybe this is something that the bears or the lions really love. And when I put it up and to see them actually really destroying it or like really going at it, that's something that is nice to see. Yeah, that all your hard work, even though it's like gone within like 5 seconds, they actually know that, okay, they actually play with it and not just ignore it, which is kind of nice. You don't already? Alika? I think she's like done. Alika is a very special girl. The reason why is because as us carnivore keepers, we can't interact with any of the bears or the lions like one-on-one. But with Alika, we can go in with her in the same exhibit. The special thing about Alika is that sometimes she's very playful. So whenever we go into the exhibit at night, she's already like waiting for us by the door because she can hear our keys jingle and all. Like when she sees us enter into the exhibit, she kind of like gets excited a bit. And sometimes it can be a bit scary with her getting excited because like equivalent to like a dog getting zoomies, sometimes the Aardvark can get zoomies as well. And Alika is close to 50 kg. So you can imagine when she gets her zoomies, sometimes she doesn't know where she's running and she can like bang into us. and then if we are not like prepared, we can fall down. So yeah, sometimes that's the only scary part of her, like whenever her zoomies come in. But other than that, she's actually a very sweet girl. Growing up, I went to the zoo almost every year. So only recently, I've actually dug up some old photos. And one of them was me, and then just behind me are all the zebras, and then me in the pram. It's definitely a very surreal moment because as a young kid, I've always looked at these animals and wondered how it is that the keepers look after them. And to be able to finally have that inside knowledge is actually very nice. Being a keeper is actually a physically demanding job. We do have to handle a lot of heavy stuff. Like let's say we want to refurbish the exhibit behind us, you can see there are actually a lot of logs around. So that can be very physically demanding, but it's kind of rewarding in the end because whenever we release the animals back into the exhibit, they're actually interacting with the stuff that we have changed. Another thing would definitely be the weather. Even if it's like rain or shine, we do work for these animals to make sure that we do provide them with the best. And it's definitely nice to be able to tell people as well that, yeah, our job may be cleaning up after the animals and feeding them and all, but there's actually more to it.